Hey people, I'm here again, second video today, because it's I was watching videos today, VC videos. I do every now and then um, see what's going on because I know there's all kinds of activity, and I really enjoyed a series of videos responding to a contest, and so I thought I would. I really don't want to enter the contest per se, but this is for TK, who is doing a subscription drive apparently. It's 10 records that you think no one else in the VC has, and I really enjoyed all the videos I saw. I saw several records that I knew, a bunch that I did not know. I only saw two records, one that I have, but the version they showed was a UK pressing of the Blood Rock album. But yeah, that I have. And then there was another one, Native American compilation, Big Mountain. I had that. I may have traded in, but that was another one that I saw that I had. Otherwise, I was like, man, this is really cool. A lot of interesting things and people's entries. So I thought to myself, well, I'd like to go ahead and do this. And it's what will be interesting about this is it will be interesting to see, who someone probably likely has a copy of something I'm showing. Who knows? Okay. First entry is this Japanese Ban Libido. And I'm just doing 7 inches, okay? Really don't know much about this band. It seemed to be kind of goth-like. And it's made in Japan, so I can't even see what the name of the label is. This is one that I was given to me actually by my Japanese friends. They gave me a bunch of singles, and actually most of the singles they gave me are pretty cool and hard to find. So that's the first one, Libido. Japanese. Anyone have that? This next one I've shown. It's possible that someone in the VC has it, but there's only 50 copies were ever pressed of this. It's a Nebraska band. I've told the story in the past. This is a very collectible funk record. LA Carnival Blind Man backed with color on the Pacific Avenue label. I've told the story about, I know the band members. They were like young students in relation to my dad. So when they put this out, they had him come down to the studio where they cut it to give him a copy. And then this is the copy that my dad gave to me. Only 50 copies were pressed, and it's look it up on Discogs and you'll see that one is pricey. Here's one by my friend Orenda Fink. I mentioned her before. She is in the band Azure Rae, and she's also done other stuff. She's on a Moby album, I forget which one. But this is a single that she put out, Mighty Mist and New Life, handmade covers, only 150 copies. This is number 59. As you see, handwritten on the back. Very personal, almost folk-like music that Azure Rae does. Kind of dreamy too. Really like their music, and Orenda as a person, I really like her. Good friend. This is something that was sent to me, so I don't know if it's obscure or not, or who has it. Chances are whoever sent this to me has a copy too, but it's The Flower Machine. Orange Balloons and Blown. Don't know I think it's a West Coast kind of psych revival band. Caught my eye to show because I love that almost like sherbet colored orange. Anybody have a copy of this? The Flower Machine. Psych Revival. Here's one where I'm pretty sure I got this playing with a band on tour. Can't remember the name of the band, but they had a bunch of really odd records, and I either bought some and then they gave me some or something like this. But the name of the record is Happy Trails to You, and there's no information about the artist, and it's kind of goofy, actually. It's almost like and there's no information at all. Happy Trails on one side, and then Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on the other side. Anybody have a copy of this? I thought that would be pretty weird. UK band. Now here's one that some of y'all might have. Fatal Microbes with Honeybane before she became an actress. Punk on the Small Wonder label. It's a label that put out some early Cure records, which I don't have. But what's the name of this one? This one's, Violence Grows. It's just a bunch of kids on here. But this one, again, as I was looking at stuff, I said, okay, let's try this one for one that no one in the VC has. Maybe someone does. Okay, speaking of that, here's a bootleg single by Eno, and I haven't seen this in quite a while. 7 Deadly Fins, backed with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, Whim Away, Eno's version of that, and on here he's One. I've had this a long time, and I think there's a few different versions of the boot. So I thought this up myself. Okay, this will be fun to show. Eno bootleg, 7-inch. This one is a limited reissue of the Art Bears, and it was only available to with the album The World as It Is Today. And it's got this etching on the back. Anyone have this? Members of Henry Cow and Slap Happy together. That's nice. Nice design. There's another one that Recommended Records put out that's glow in the dark like that. Okay, so I couldn't help including a couple that are involved of myself, because I'm actually curious to see who else might have copies. So those are the last two that I'll show. I think I pulled 10 or 11 here. Here's one I know that I see is a collectible. The band Superchunk. This is their very first single. Before they became Superchunk, they were just called Chunk. What Do I and My Noise, and The Train from Kansas City, on their label, the label that they started, Mac and the folks, Merge Records. Another one that I know is kind of hard to, you don't see too often, but that doesn't mean that someone in the VC doesn't have a copy. Chunk, okay. Last three. Pulled an old promo to show, because it's kind of cool. Stereo Mono from John Cale's Vintage Violence album. Big White Cloud. I love the song. Stereo Mono. Promo copy. John Cale. That's ones that, like all of these, I wouldn't be really all that surprised that someone says, hey, I got a copy of that, got a copy of that. This is what's kind of cool. Like I said, I saw a lot of records I know nothing about, but several artists and records I have seen but don't have, and a couple that I do or did. These last two, I know there's not a lot of copies of either one, so I'm curious if anyone has a copy. This one is a split by the Rikk Agnew band and the Chris Barrows band. And you, as I mentioned, Rikk Agnew is a friend of mine. And on the back, he used a picture of the band, a selfie of there I am. You know, it was so cool when they let me know, hey, can I use your picture? Sure. So, gray vinyl. I know there's not a whole lot of these around. Rick's a good guy. I mean, he's really come back from the dark side. I mean, he's really been down, but made it back. So, this split. Anybody have that? And the final one, it's like, I'm thinking somebody ought to have this. NOFX, Hepatitis Bathtub. This is the limited edition version. And as it says on the back, recorded in a basement in Omaha in 1987. That was my basement. I recorded them. I recorded this on my old 4-track. I've told the story before. It was NOFX just starting out. They were still on they were just about to get on the Mystic label. And my band RAF opened for them. They came through on tour, and they were just really rambunctious, young, and just really silly. Mostly fun, but a little out of control. And they were, after the show, they, crashed with a friend, and they said, hey, we want to record some demos. Anybody know anything? I said, well, yeah, I got it. And so the next day it was wild. It was wild. And so that's the last one that I'm showing. Anyone have a copy of that? Good luck to TK on his subscriptions. And now I want to just say, it was really, everyone I watched, I can't remember your names, but really entertaining and interesting record collections. I do tune in every now and then, but like I say, not all the time. And so that one caught my eye. I said, let me do this one. Okay? Enjoy.